Okay, hello everyone. It's a pleasure for me to announce that Matías is going to present his topic. And Matías, please introduce yourself.
Hi, good afternoon with everyone. My name is Matías Unapanta. I am 16 years old and I'm going to show you my topic, which is the Second World War. Why this war happened? This war happened because Adolf Hitler was rejected of the School of Beautiful Arts. So then he enlisted to the army and he fight in the first war in the land of Germany. And when he noticed that Germany lost the war, he got very angry and he established his own movement. It was called Nazi movement. Countries involved. We have 5 countries involved in this war which are Germany, the USA, the United Kingdom, Japan, and the US. Inflation figures. We have the dictators in every country. In the US, we have Joseph Stalin. He was the dictator of this country, and he was one of the persons that helped in the death of Adolf Hitler. Then we have Hitler. He was the dictator of Germany, and he was a person that wants to rule the world. So he fights between the USA and the United Kingdom to be the most powerful country. And then we have Benito Mussolini. He was the dictator of Italy and he helped Adolf Hitler when he was in jail. Now, curious facts. Here I'm going to show you curious facts. The first is that Adolf Hitler was a person that liked to fight for the environment. So he said that it's good fight for the animals and for the nature. Then we have that he realized a lot of expeditions to the Antarctic. So in one of that expeditions, one soldier said that they had seen UFOs trespassing the sky. And finally, in the last expedition that he realized, for searching the Holy Grail, they say that there was something strange chasing them. Consequences. The war had many consequences, but here I'm going to say the principal. We have the invention of the nuclear bomb that was a product from the USA. This invention was created by Oppenheimer. Then we have 11 million deaths between soldiers and civilians. And finally we have the waste of money that was produced by the army of Hitler. Okay, my reflection is that it's something bad fight for resolve a problem, because it's much better try to speak with the others, because in this case we have how if someone who has a lot of power is bad, they can destroy the world if he wants, but fortunately we stop him. So it's important to remember that the violence is not a solution for a problem. Thank you, I'll see.
Okay, Matías, thank you so much. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions about your topic. The first is, what was the cause of the Second World War?
It was because Adolf Hitler got very angry when he noticed that Germany lost the First World War. So he created a movement that later was named Nazi.
Okay, so now, between all the countries which fought in this war, who was the winner?
It was when it were the United Kingdom and the USA because they were the stronger in sport.
Okay, now what those countries did get by winning the war?
The United Kingdom was a very strong country because they had many ships and also planes to fly in Germany, and the USA invented in that time the nuclear bomb, so they had powerful weapons in their hands.
Okay, and now in the war, who were the most notable characters?
It was Joseph Stalin and Adolf Hitler because they were bad persons, and also then after the war there was another war called the Cold War that was between the USA and the URSS, and the dictator of the URSS was Joseph Stalin.
Okay, so what was the role of Stalin during the war?
He helped later to kill Adolf Hitler, but they win.
Okay. Okay. So, and now, what was you also mentioned another person in your exposition, Benito Mussolini. What was his role in this war?
His role was help Hitler when he was fighting with France because Benito helped to conquist the north of France.
Okay. Now, how did the Second World War end?
It ended with Hitler shooting himself and with the nuclear bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Now, what do you think about the ending of Adolf Hitler?
That was bad because he didn't pay for the things that he did.
So, what could be the punishment for this person?
Maybe it could be burning him could be something better.
Okay, let me see another question. How did? Oh, well, actually, I have a question. Was your country affected by this war?
Um, Directly, no, because we were in other continent, but later we have problems with the exportations.
Okay, so it affects the economy.
Mm.
Let me see. What was the most relevant event in this war?
The most relevant event was the Battle of Barbarossa. This was a battle between Hitler and Joseph Stalin. When Joseph Stalin arrived to Berlin to the Adolf Hitler's house.
Okay, so do you think or do you consider that is it important to teach this factor about the Second World War in schools?
Yes, it's something important because it shows us how was the war, and also it's important learn this to don't repeat the story again.
Okay, what would have happened if there hadn't been the Second World War?
Hitler won? Can you repeat the question?
Okay, what would have happened if there hadn't been the Second World War?
Well, maybe currently we couldn't have our computers and our cell phones because the Second World War was something that helped to the technology advances.
Okay, what is the difference between the first and the second wars?
That in the first there were a lot of deaths, but in the second were deaths, but this is something much worse because the USA had invented a new weapon that can destroy the world. That was something that in that times was very annoying.
Okay, now many people think that the creation or the invention of the atomic bomb is good. What do you think about this invention?
That is something that we don't know how to control it, it can destroy the world because it's something that is very, very dangerous in the bad hands.
Okay. Now, why did Adolf Hitler start the war if you said Adolf Hitler liked environment and animals?
Um, he cared of the animals and the nature of Berlin, but he destroyed the environment of the other countries.
Okay. So, if you could talk to Adolf Hitler, what would you say to him?
That all the things that he do are bad and that maybe I don't know if in this life or in another life, but he will pay.
Okay. Now, give me a second. Another question that I have is, if our country was involved in a conflict like this, like a really big war, would you participate in it?
Yes, because I would like to defend my country for my family and for my friends.
Okay. Now, to finish with this part of questions, what could be your your message, or what would you say to the current president of our country?
That avoid had problems with another countries like Hitler had in the past. Now I recommend him that don't be mean with countries like Mexico or another one because it's important be nice with others.
Okay. So, how would you act if you were the president?
I will establish new relations with the other countries in Latin America.
For example, with whom?
With El Salvador,
Okay. Why with that country?
because I think that the president is someone who can control himself and his country.
Okay. Okay? Who is the most affected in our war?
The civilians, because they are the ones who suffer all the pain and also all the bombs, and they are the most affected persons.
Okay. So to finish, if you were the president and suddenly a conflict appeared in your mandate, what would you do?
I will try to find a solution that didn't provoke chaos.
Okay. So finally, Matthias, what could be your conclusion, your final conclusion about your topic?
That always is better try to solve a problem for in o sea it's better try to solve a problem with a dialogue between fights and problems with others. I'll try to avoid that.
Avoid problems. Okay. So Matthias, if you don't have anything else to add, we can finish.
Finally, I am very pleased with the team of ILC because they teach me very well.
Okay, Matthias, so it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.